So many movies, no time to watch them all. But Twig wants to see them, so we gave Twig a call. Now they're bringing on their friends, and together they will view these. So sit back and relax. It's Twig's Missing Movies. Hello, and welcome to Dre's Missing Movies, a show dedicated to watching the few movies that Dreyfrig never got around to seeing. I'm your host, Carvis Twig, and here is our feathered film aficionado, Dreyfrig.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into my show. Movies.
Movies, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's Spooktober. We're doing a spooky month, and we're watching only the most horrifying and terrifying of films.
It's true.
Although you know, part of this thing was like, oh, we gotta watch movies that Dre hasn't seen because Dre has seen fewer horror movies than Twig has, which is true. But then Dre sent the list of the horror movies that Dre has seen, and it's actually still kind of a long list. You've actually seen.
It was well over 100 movies, and I want to throw in that there are definitely like foreign horror movies that I have seen that I don't know the names of because my art teacher would just put on horror movies from wherever that he thought was cool. Yeah, I don't know. I consider it a low list because, you know, it's like a low percentage of all the movies that I've seen, right?
Yeah, and you maybe haven't seen the ones that are more popular. Like the list that you had was like horror movies that were definitely like in the main cultural zeitgeist, but I noticed you didn't have movies that a lot of horror aficionados really like, such as Taking of Deborah Logan, As Above, So Below, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Those are some of my favorites that I noticed were not on the list, and I think are all great movies. But the only people I know who have even heard of them are horror fans. But
I also realized that there's like, I think I'm more of a psychological horror person, over like blood and gore.
Oh yeah,
like
horror has
Go
many subgenres. So the most popular one that really got famous in the 1980s is what we call the slasher movie.
Yeah, I do like slashers though. It's a dumb fun category movie, right? That's like,
yeah, I mean
there's no slasher film that I'm like, yeah, this is serious and I should be afraid of it. Like, this is just dumb, stupid fun.
Yeah, I mean Halloween and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, kind of those two movies pretty much started the genre, and then Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, those were like the big movies.
Yeah, 'cause if you look at my list, it's either a lot of slasher films, or if it's a lot of psychological horror. There's not a lot of like gore horror. There's not a lot of body horror stuff, because those two categories I just really don't like.
Yeah, like the Terrifier
really
movies are the new ones that are supposedly are just real gore fests, and I haven't seen them. Not sure I like them.
Yeah. My friend Nick and Liz love them. I do like the design of the killer, Art the Clown, I think his name is.
Yeah, it is Art the Clown.
I do like his design from like an art horror field. But no, I mean, I do like horror to some degree because I do like, Edgar Allan Poe. I do like
you like Edgar Allan Poe. Have you watched the Netflix series The Fall of House of Usher?
No, but I've been told I'd like that. That and also Midnight Mass, I think is the show.
Both made by the same writers, production company, people.
Yeah, I've heard I'd like it. It's just I like in my spare time, I like to play video games and watch shows that I know are going to make me feel good. I don't like watching things that make me feel bad.
Good.
I'm kind of like, in some ways I am a little bitch when it comes to ways like things that I like consuming, because I like happy things in my shows and movies, right? Yeah. My favorite anime series is Hori Me, and nothing bad ever really happens in that series, and I love it, fucking love it. But like I think there's a place for tragedy and stuff like that, and I'm not so averse to it that I'm like, oh, this is awful. But it does dictate a lot of what I watch in my spare time. That's why I haven't watched Midnight Mass. That's why I haven't watched the Fall of House Usher. I think you said it was Fall of House Usher.
But I mean, yeah, those shows are just so well made and so good. I think you would enjoy them just on their own, horror aspects aside. I don't think they're
Hmm.
particular. I don't think they're that scary. They're a little scary, but they're not like. I think they just tell a
Like,
good story.
is it closer to like Midnight Mass, where there's like a lot of stories surrounding the horror?
Yeah,
Okay, because I really liked Midnight Mass. I think we both had just glowing remarks about
yeah. If you
not
like Midnight Mass,
Sorry,
if you like
not
Midnight
Midnight Mass,
Mass,
not Midnight Mass. Late Night with the Devil. I kept saying I was
oh,
saying Midnight Mass. I meant Late Night with the Devil.
Light Out with the Devil was just fun. That was a fun horror movie.
That's what I meant. Sorry, not Midnight Mass. I've not seen Midnight Mass.
But sometimes a horror
excuse me.
movie takes itself seriously, and they're trying to tell a good monster story, and sometimes that movie doesn't do that. Sometimes a movie loops back around from horror into comedy.
Yeah, like I almost said Space Jam.
Well, I would almost. I mean, I was gonna say Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but that movie's definitely intentionally funny. They're trying to be funny.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
But no, this movie is famous in the annals of movies so bad they're good. It is spoken in the same breath of movies as The Room and Samurai Cop. The movie, of course, we are talking about is the movie Troll 2. Now, Dre, what you know about Troll 2?
Absolutely not. I didn't even I didn't even know the series existed until you suggested it. I'll be honest.
Now, it's funny
It's not-
that you use that word there. Series. Now, I do want to spoil a little bit about this, in that you may be like, well, I've never seen Troll 1. How can we watch the sequel without even knowing anything about Troll 1? This movie,
Star Wars
this movie was
situation?
made completely independently with a different title. And then after this movie was already completed, the movie Troll came out. And they said, well, this movie is successful and popular. How about we just call our movie that has nothing to do with Troll, Troll 2?
So it is a Star Wars situation.
I guess.
They started with the sequel.
Yeah.
Episode 4, guys.
But
Come
no,
on.
this movie is a sequel, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the original movie Troll.
That's
Different.
I love when people get a little crazy like that. You know, they get a little silly. You know, a little fantastical, whimsical.
Well,
Because I look at this poster and it looks like, is he holding what is a quart of milk there?
yes.
What does it say? I can't read it. It's too small.
It says
It
something.
says milk. Show. But
Let me-
I don't know. This
It
looks like
says
it's gonna be. a
it
movie
says
that's
Nilbog Milk.
Oh, Nilbog. Okay, interesting name.
That's the name of
Choice.
the town that it takes place in.
Yeah, interesting name choice. But
So,
that's
so this movie was written and directed by Claudio Fragasso, an Italian director who.
okay. I already know this is gonna be good in a way.
Yep. It is starring Michael Stevenson, George Hardy, Connie McFarland, Jason Wright, Margot Prey, Deborah Reed, and Robert Ormsby. And you may be like, I've never heard of any of those people. And you'd be right.
What were their names again?
Michael Stevenson, with PH,
Okay.
George Hardy, Connie McFarland, Jason Wright, Margot Prey, Deborah Reed, and Robert Ormsby. Those are the top billed people. I think only 2 or 3 of them had a purple link on their name on Wikipedia. One being Michael Stevenson, because he ended up making a documentary about... Michael Stevenson plays the lead character, the young child of the movie, and he later made a documentary about this film.
Is that the documentary that you said I should watch?
Yeah.
Along with this one?
Yeah, it's worth watching. It's called Best Worst Movie. It's a good little documentary. This movie was released.
I want to point out I actually do know the name Michael Stevenson. I had to look him up, but I do know who that actor is.
Wow.
He was in a movie called The Paper Brigade that I used to watch near religiously.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Sorry, go on.
This movie's 35 years old. Was released on October 12th, 1990. So we're not quite doing an exactly 35-year reunion, but we're within a week. Close enough. And on Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 13% based on 21 reviews, with a weighted average rating of 2.4 out of 10. I am now going to list all the awards this movie won.
Okay. I expect a few raspberries based on what I've heard so far. Or they're not. Are you talking?
Yeah, I'm listing all the awards that it won.
Oh, clever.
It wasn't even actually. 1990 might predate the Razzies, but even then, I think this movie was such a small release that the Razzies might not have even noticed it. It did not get a very wide release, and it really took probably until the early 2000s before people discovered it and started talking about it. But the short synopsis is a family goes on vacation doing a house swap situation with a rural family, and ends up finding that the town is overrun perhaps by goblins.
Yeah, that's what a nilbog is.
Yeah, they kind of make that's like supposed to be a big reveal in the movie, but everybody who has half a brain figures it out absolutely immediately.
I'm sorry, but you told me the name was nilbog. I'm like, the trickster goblins. Got it.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna guess this right, just because I feel like this is gonna be a movie that's like just so off the wall. It's unpredictable, just so unhinged in its approach.
Look, you said you like camp, so get ready because we're going to camp. We are going to camp.
I fuck it. Let me go get my scout uniform. I'll be right back.
All right.
Well, hold on. All right, I'm back. Ready for Campville.
Okay, cool. So, that all being said, there's not really a lot I can talk about this movie without spoiling too much for you. It's one of those movies that you really have to see it to believe it. And I don't know if you're watching this live. Well, I guess keep watching, keep the stream up, but you gotta see this movie. But
I mean, I'm going to watch it. It's on my to-do list this weekend. I mean, I'm excited. You and Bentai have been like, oh, this movie's fantastic.
Oh no, Bentai's watching it for the first time right now as we do the pre-record.
I swear to God, Bentai said told me to watch it. Swear to God.
Well, anyway, what do you think's gonna happen?
I think there's gonna be a town overrun by goblins.
Okay. Well, I kind of told you that, so give me something else.
Yeah, but the goblins that have overrun the town will try to kill the only humans that come into town through a series of deadly pranks, a la Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, pranks. Interesting.
And a lot of the pranks will fail.
Okay, so you think most of the pranks will fail? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, fail in the sense that they kill the intended human targets, but will maybe end up killing each other.
Fail. Okay. End up killing goblins instead.
I feel like I'm just writing another movie at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. I will give you a little bit of something to work off of. It is a mother, a father, a teenage daughter, and a boy who's like I think around 10 or 11. But then also the girlfriend's boyfriend and his group of friends.
Oh my God, they're definitely dying.
Okay.
100%. All the non-family members will absolutely be dying.
All of the non-family members will
That's
die.
just a trope.
Okay.
That's just a trope,
so you think,
right?
I think all the friends are gonna die. Okay.
They're gonna be the ones that end up dying the most.
Okay.
I think the only people who will survive, right? Because the people eventually they'll start getting people.
Yeah.
I think the only one that's gonna survive are the kids.
The only survivors,
like the child, like in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. Okay. So you think the parents are both dead?
Yeah, I think the parents die.
Parents die. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be one gratuitous makeout scene that makes absolutely no sense in the context of everything that's going on.
Gratuitous makeout scene that makes no sense with everything going on. Okay, okay. And lastly, let's get our 6th bullet point. How do you think it ends?
I think it's gonna end with them accidentally killing the goblins by what the audience will know would kill a goblin. You know what? No. I think it's gonna be something stupid. It's gonna be something stupid like in Gremlins, right?
Okay.
Something the kid manages to those moments in campy films where the like in Child's Play where Chucky is fucking walking at someone and monologuing and like something stupid happens and that gets him.
Okay. So. Oh.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, so you're kind of, I guess what you're trying to say is that, like, the goblins are defeated through the kid basically accidentally doing something that happens to be their weakness.
Yeah. This is, again, all hinging on the kid being the last survivor, right?
Be their weakness. Okay, okay. I think these are pretty good. I'll make them a little bit bigger. There we go. I think these are pretty good predictions for a movie like this.
I have no idea, to be honest. Like, I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, for a movie you've never heard of. Look, trust me.
Making
predictions about a movie you've never seen before or even heard of, it's hard. It's hard.
It is hard. Ooh,
whoa.
Ooh. Sorry.
I was trying to make the text bigger, not you.
Well, you fucked up. I don't know. I just see it. I see a poster like this that's made with so much artistic care, and I hear that it's gonna be goofy. I'm just like, I know this is gonna be one of those movies that I might end up watching again. Now, I could be wrong, and the movie could actually get so bad so camp that it actually pisses me off to the point I hate it. But I don't know. I don't know.
I hate to say it, but if any movie that has the horror genre attached to it, this is probably the one I've watched the most.
Oh my god. All right. Well then, I think that leaves it to it, and the only thing we have left to do now is watch the movie. So, sit back, relax for a few seconds, and you'll see us in a bit.
Yep. See you soon with Bentai.
Ciao.
We watched this movie, and now we have to talk about it. Oh my god!
I hate you so much, Twig. Oh my god. Oh.
Let me just do a quick recap of this fever dream of a movie so we can get right into talking to it.
If you can recap this movie in a coherent manner, I will be very impressed. So I'm eager to hear this.
Okay, so this movie starts out with this kid receiving what I would like to describe as the Princess Bride style grandpa telling you a story, but it's actually kind of a Sixth Sense situation because his grandpa turns out to be dead for 6 months going on. His grandpa's telling him the story about goblins back in the day, how they would chase people around the forest and turn them into plant people to be eaten. It basically looks like a green version of Teletubbies Gloop. Now, part of that plot point of this guy getting turned in is that he gets seduced by a goblin that can turn into women that's hot and sexy. Flash forward a bit. I guess it's the night before this family of this kid is in, go out on a vacation to this little town called Nilbog on a family exchange program back in the day when you did that shit. They end up going there. Subplot to this too, by the way, is that the daughter is dating or not dating this one boy, and it's a very homoerotic situation where he and his boys are very close together, and she's like, I don't know if he just wants to hang out with the boys all the time, or he wants me or not, but she invites him anyway. He says, yeah, I'll come, I'll be here in the morning. This is a subplot, one of many. All right, and the boy doesn't show up in the morning, obviously, so they head out an hour and a half behind schedule. As they're driving there, the boy hallucinates that his grandfather's on the side of the road telling him to warn them to stop them, to keep them from going there. All right. The boy screams at his mom and dad, has them pull over, goes up to this ghost who he thinks is the ghost of his grandfather, tells him, why shouldn't I go, blah, blah, blah. Turns out it's a hobo on the side of the road. His parents are worried about him. Guys, honestly, it sounds like this kid has been hallucinating his grandfather for a few months now. Mm-hmm. They probably should have seen someone. Anyway, they get to the town, they meet the family. The family's a little weird, but they don't mind because they're rural folk. That's an easy, passable excuse, right? They get into the house. There's a table and a whole thing filled out of really green-looking foods that kind of look like what you see at the beginning of the movie when the guy gets turned. Obviously, the boy is like, oh, I can't eat this. What am I going to do? He hallucinates his grandfather in the window again. His grandfather was like, you got to do what you got to do. But somehow his grandfather was like, here, I'll stop time to give you some time to think about what to do. And the boy's best fucking thing he can do is pissing on everything. I'm not done.
We're like 10 minutes into the movie at this point.
Yeah.
You might have to compress this a little bit.
No, I gotta bring this up. Somehow, the next scene is like the boyfriend and his friends in a camper that they took from their parents, I think, on the road. They get there. I don't look at the entire time that the boys are on the screen. It is literally 5 minutes from being a porno. Like 5, not even 5 minutes, 5 seconds from. It is 5 steps from being a porno. Okay, it the entire time.
Even when they're watching that movie with the monkey that turns into a rocket and flies into space.
Yeah, they get into town. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is weird." You know, there's no food. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Parents go on a hunger strike. The boys show up. They run out of food, so one of them goes to town to get food, and he gets stopped and. He gets given the sandwich by the officer, who's very clearly one of the shape-shifting goblins. Starts sweating the chlorophyll. They push him towards the church or something like that. He gets in there, and then there's a druid witch in there. Because, of course, and it's like the hokiest druid witch acting you could ever think of. Think of all the stereotypes of witches, and you just roll them into
She's
one.
She's amazing.
And you got her. She's amazing.
The actor was giving her all.
She was giving it all.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. Boy gets turned into a tree. Or dies. I can't remember, one of the two. There's a lot that happens. Basically what can be happening on the subplot of all the boys is that they all kind of die in ways related to the witch. Because again, you can't really have a horror movie without some sexuality to it for some godforsaken reason. Anyway, the entire time this is all going on, the family is like slowly coming to a realization that there are goblins in town. The boy gets cornered by all the goblins because the goblins know that he knows that they're goblins. And so they're trying to get rid of him to get to the parents because he keeps foiling all their attempts to turn them into plant goop. And it comes down to this weird, like, Bible thumper, culty, like, creature moment where he's spying on them. And then they start trying to feed him the ice cream, like an ice cream version of the green stuff. And he's like refusing, and the dad comes in, and the dad's like, "What are you doing to my son? This is all very weird." But they still decide to stay. They don't decide to go home. And as they're walking home, I guess the goblins beat them to their house, and they're like, "We wanted to apologize, so we threw you this little party." The entire time this is going on, there's like a hallucination thing going on in one of the rooms with the grandpa, and the grandpa keeps coming in and out of existence to help the kid with things. He gives the kid a Molotov cocktail at some point, and then at the very end gives him a backpack and says, "You can only pull the items in this out of it whenever you really need them." And what's in it, guys? A fucking bologna sandwich.
A double-decker bologna sandwich that had like 12 slices of bologna.
Apparently,
yeah.
In the movie, at some point, Grandpa's like, the only thing that could beat goblins is goodness. And the kid's like, I just need goodness. Puts his hand to the backpack, pulls out a sandwich, and it hurts them. It's like physically hurting them. And the great climax of this movie is that they all gather around at the church's hut, the witch's hut, which is a church. And they're like, we gotta put our hands and focus on the stone to take away the goblin's powers. And it's just incredible work. There's a scene where the witch seduces one of the last of the boys with corn.
Country girls make do.
If you're thinking to yourself, wow, I don't know how I can keep up
Ow.
with all of this. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
No.
Good luck. That's the plot, guys. As best I can summarize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
This scene is this movie is just fucking bonkers from beginning to end. I mean, Grandpa Seth was not a hallucination. He was real. He was real. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what? Okay, one of the questions about this movie that is never really answered is what are Grandpa Seth's powers? He could stop time, but he only does it that one time.
The best part is that at some point it's insinuated that he might actually be in hell, and the kid's like, "You're not in hell, are you?" He's like, "No, but I know someone in there who taught me this trick," which implies that he's been to hell
Yeah.
and has hell powers.
But, like, he could make himself real and interact with the world sometimes, and other times he can't. He can spawn backpacks and Molotov cocktails. I just think it's funny that, okay, the pissing scene is on there right now. All of them were, like, ready to put things in their mouth. So in order to stop them from doing that, he probably had to piss on their faces.
At the
And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
damn right.
What are you gonna do, Daddy? I'm tightening my notch another belt so I don't feel hunger pangs. Your sister and mother have to do the same.
I honestly thought it was going to be a scene where the dad beat the shit out of his kid.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
what I would have done. I'm sorry, there's no...
Yeah.
I don't believe in corporal punishment, but in that moment, I probably would have beat my kid with my belt. Like, that would have...
What the hell? Yeah, what the hell, man?
And then, yeah, the most famous scene in this movie is the friend with the glasses goes out, meets a girl who's being chased by the goblins. He kind of saves her. He takes her into the church. She eats something and starts turning into it. And then all the goblins eat her, and then we get the famous line, "They're eating her! And then they're gonna eat me! Oh my god!" Thank you, screenshots, for having the proper screenshot up. Oh, cool. Good timing.
Amazing timing. Amazing timing. Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah,
Just-
the popcorn...
Oh my god!
The popcorn makeout scene is another one of those things where, like...
Dude, that...
Why? What were they thinking?
I don't... By the way, the witch, when she's hot. Like, the base, like, as a human being baseline, she's a hot.
Yeah,
right?
the actor playing her is an attractive woman. Yes. And then even the look could kind of work, but God, she knew exactly what kind of movie she was in, and she's like, I'm gonna give it all my all and ham it up and just go all out, and I love her for it.
Speaking of hamming it up, apparently the whole idea with this one was, I guess, like, the director's friends went vegetarian. This was like him being angry about it. I guess that's why the bad people were all vegetarians, and why he ate the bologna sandwich to, like, hurt them.
I have a deeper meaning to that. So goblins are traditionally stand-ins, the caricatures for Jews. Bologna is made out of pigs.
Oh.
So you think we might be getting some good
I know
old
that's
classic...
probably not that deep, but that was my first instinct. Was like, eating bacon in front of the Jews. That's what they're going with here to kill the goblins. I didn't even like make the connection. Oh, it's just meat and they're vegetarians till afterwards. Like, also, okay, let's talk about the goblins for a second. Some of them have some okay-ish makeup, and then some of them literally look like a fucking Saturday morning cartoon villain makeup, and it is so fucking funny. You can kind of tell which ones were made first and which ones were made last.
Yeah, and, like, you can see the actors' eyes behind them and, like, just the masks that they're wearing. Like, some of them had a little bit of articulation. Most of them were just completely static faces. Apparently those goblin masks are in a different movie that was made in the 80s, and the director was able to buy them and then use them for this movie. I don't remember what the original movie was, but yeah, they used the masks from a different monster movie and they just bought them. And
it's very clearly that they're just standard. A lot of it is standard stuff. Okay. Also, the last scene where his mom gets turned because she ate apples that were in the fridge,
Yep.
even though it's implied none of the goblins ever left the town at all. Like the family that they traded with, who were goblins, pretending to be the family, right? Even stayed in the town. So like, what was that about? Also, the fact that they used a torso flashlight for the scene, 10 out of 10 IGN, just perfect.
Yeah. It's kind of there's some titty in that final scene. Yeah, it was.
There's some titty in there. Yeah.
But rubber titty, so doesn't count.
We'll
and it's covered in green slime. I mean,
we'll take it.
All the food in this movie is just like the most It's like, but like so many things, it's like, let's take biscuits and then put thick green frosting on top of it that like spells out words and.
Eat up.
Oh, the green drinks. Yeah, eat up. Oh my god. It's just like there's so many just decisions in this movie that are just like what were they thinking? How did they come up with this? And it's wonderful. It's so wonderful. I mean, the friends hamming it up, their acting is just so great. That first scene with the girl and her boyfriend, and like the friends all climbing up the ladder somehow at the same time, and she hits him in the nuts, and she says, "Oh, what are you doing? Are you trying to turn me into a homo?" I'm like, "What?"
Oh god, yeah. That was fucking. I mean, there's definitely some jokes in here that do not age well. They do not age well at all.
Yeah, that's probably But like, how would getting hit in the nuts turn you gay? Like, even in gay panic bad jokes, that doesn't make any sense.
We'll have to ask the director.
But yeah,
it's just
homophobic for how homoerotic it was.
It's not even a joke. Like, it's always five seconds away from a porno. Like, if you put on like Bow Chicka Bow Wow kite music in the background, it changes the entire vibes. You cut out the kid, changes the entire vibes the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid. I mean, obviously the acting wasn't good from the kid, but it wasn't as horrible as it could have been for a kid his age. But what are you gonna do? I mean, was there any good? Did any of the actors? I mean, yeah, the witch put on a great performance, but I wouldn't necessarily call it good acting. I think the daughter was probably the worst of the actors. Her delivery was just the most unnatural. And then what's this scene with the music and her doing that and dancing around in the Garfield shirt?
Yeah, that was just so apparently that was like all ad-libbed.
The whole movie?
There was just, Or just the dancing stuff, yeah.
Then I think one of the most weird and unsettling scenes is the one where they're doing the party at the house and everybody is just singing the song with clapping, but the lyrics are just like la 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 la. They go and they're just singing that, surrounding the family, trying to get them to eat for like 5 minutes, and like some of the family seems like, okay, this is nice, and others are correctly being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, could you imagine if you went to a rural town and a bunch of like people just surrounded you and started clapping and singing that song? Like, I'd get the fuck out of there so fast.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's hospitality.
But then, in order to stop them from eating at the party, you gotta get a Molotov cocktail from your grandpa. But unfortunately, the preacher man stole it from him, and but then Grandpa Seth was able to like make himself disappear for a while so that he could call down lightning, which then ignites the Molotov cocktail. And then we get to see a guy walking around in a fire suit, and you actually see him like in stunt movies. You see like one of the stunt things, like when you're in a fire suit for like a movie like that, you get down on your knees and you lay down, and that is the signal for "come put me out." And they left him getting down on his knees and getting down in the "put me out." Like they left the stunt guy's signal in the movie. Like you're supposed to cut it before that.
They probably didn't shoot it from enough angles. They had to let it go, pat it out a bit somewhere.
Yeah,
That's what you got to do. Yeah.
But that's at the point in the movie where the family realizes that they are actually trolls, and Joshua is not making it up. Also, Dreyford, you didn't mention the scene where the kid bought the milk from the shopkeeper in town, and how great that shopkeeper is.
That entire scene, that was like the most pornographic scene. The entire, like, it was literally like old, like Twink Gangbang. Like, if you named that scene Twink Gangbang, I would have believed you. It even involves chunky milk. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, okay, so this is camp film, right? This very much a bad, like, camp film. But there were so many scenes where you can tell the director was very serious about this film.
Mm-hmm.
And other scenes where the actor, like, there's no goddamn way. And the one thing that I have to confirm this assessment is that the mother the entire time looks like she's going to have a manic breakdown every time she says something.
Well, here's the thing.
Eyes are wide the entire film.
In the documentary about this movie, they interview her, and she has that same look in her eyes the entire time during the documentary. That's this woman's natural state of being. That's just how that actress is.
That's so tragic. That's so tragic.
When they go to her house and she opens the door, she has that look on her face, and then they slowly zoom out to show that she's wearing a sweater with a giant cat face on it. And then you get to meet her. She's a crazy cat lady. That's where she is now. But maybe it was PTSD from doing this movie. Yeah, another part of the documentary, it has the guy who plays Michael, the dad, and he's like going to these horror conventions for this movie or something, and he's just like, he's not a great actor, but he's a dentist, and he's like a good dentist, and everybody in town loves him. He's an affable guy that people love. He's just like, he's a pillar of the community that everybody loves, and this is just this one weird movie he did back in 1990. But he's like at these movie, like, he's like decided just for one summer to do the Troll 2 thing because he heard I was popular, and he's looking around at these horror conventions like, what am I doing here? What is this? And I just think it's funny because, like, it's just weird how you could just be like in one movie a long time ago and it's not even a thing you think about, and then over a decade later, suddenly that movie becomes popular, but not for good reasons. Or not the reasons you would want, I guess. I would say it is good reasons.
Yeah, it's like cult classics aren't that bad.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Something weird. I updated my computer to Windows 11 this week, and ever since I've had nothing but nonstop audio and other issues throughout the grain. And one of them is that I have an external audio device, and every now and then recently it's just started to disconnect it. But I think I found the culprit out. One of my cats bit through the cable a bit too hard, so I have to get a new USB-C cable.
How dare you, Bear? I'm assuming it's Bear.
Oh,
It was Hector. Hector bites cables.
Damn you, Hector.
Time.
I'm sorry, Bear. I didn't mean to be speech
Hector.
Bear. Bear's a good cat.
Yeah.
Bear's just too dumb to eat cables. I'm sorry. He chews on them once, and then he's like, that's not good. That's not good for my mouth.
Good emoji.
Hector will be like, this is good for my teeth.
But yeah, this movie does have quite a legacy. There are a lot of small theaters that will do midnight screenings. And in fact, this movie has also been a double feature with Rocky Horror at some theaters.
Oh God, not Rocky Horror.
Well, I guess they're kind of two sides of the same camp coin: intentional camp and unintentional camp. Like Dre, I mean, have you seen a lot of the other famous, famously bad movies? Like, have you seen Birdemic?
No, I can't say that I have, and I'm kind of like, I'm now curious because obviously birds, right? But like, yeah.
But you've heard of Birdemic at least, right?
No, I've never heard of it. No.
I know we're covered next year.
I've heard of it. Oh, no, God.
I can't. So I'm guessing. So So bad it's good just doesn't seem to be a genre that you've ever really gotten that into then.
That's not entirely true, but it would, like, in relation to horror, yeah, I would say that's probably true. I haven't watched a lot of It's So Bad It's Good films in the horror genre. I obviously I love camp, right? I watch It's So Bad It's Good movies everywhere else, but definitely not in horror. Like, I've seen Sharknado, right? And that is definitely like So Bad It's Good. The definition, right?
Yeah, but Sharknado is intentionally campy and silly. Like, they knew exactly what they were making when they made Sharknado. To me, the good Hallmark... I mean, I appreciate Sharknado, even though I've not seen it. That actually is a Twigs Missing movie. I've never seen those Sharknado. But I know what they're like and what they're about. And, like, those kind of movies feel like, we're just going to make something silly and stupid and you're going to love it. I tend to prefer it when the director is completely sincere and trying to tell a good story, and they're just so bad at it that you get Troll 2.
Yeah. There's something to be said about, if you're going to, what was it? You know what? I had a thought, and I'm about on that line of thought, and I just completely lost it. Thanks, brain. Oh, well.
I guess, but the most famous movie in this genre is The Room. Tell me you've at least seen The Room.
Oh, yeah, of course. I've seen The Room plenty of times. I actually met, not Tommy Wiseau, the other guy, who plays his best friend in the film.
Yeah, that guy does a lot of conventions and live screenings and stuff, I've heard.
Yeah, I met him because he came to, we had when I was working at Alamo Draft House in down south, they had an event for The Room, a showing of The Room, and they had some of the actors come in and do like a meet and greet after the movie with fans.
Fun.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I've seen The Room. I've seen a ton of other So Bad It's Good movies. If you've never seen a John Waters movies, I would highly recommend those.
A
lot of those are just camp to the extreme.
Yeah, like I really need to see Pink Flamingos more than anything else. We gotta.
There's a lot of John Waters films that you should see. Everyone should see.
What's the one of the but I'm a cheerleader? Is that one of his? I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I've heard about that movie, and I'm curious.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I would say Pink Flamingos. I don't think I really want to watch that one myself. But I've seen bits and pieces of but I'm a cheerleader, and it's a pretty good one.
It's excellent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This movie does have a few jump scares, but it's always a goblin, like, jumping through a window or around something completely out of nowhere. Like, they're not good jump scares that build up. They're just, like, something's happening and then suddenly, goblin! Or, like, when he's...
Yeah. It's always just quiet. There's no... it's obvious it's coming. Just a matter of, okay, where's it going to be?
One of the jump scares, like, the goblin comes in, like, off screen and jumps and grabs the people. And it's, like, startling for the audience. But with where the characters were standing and looking, they would have seen that goblin coming from a mile away. Like, they were all looking at where he was coming from, and, like, we don't see him coming, but the characters absolutely would have.
Yeah, it's kind of wonky at times when things like just like you could have don't do that. Like when they're in the house and they're being chased by goblins, like go upstairs. What?
Oh, like, well, initially they're outside and they say, quick, run in the house. And then when they get cornered inside the house, they run upstairs. It's like, they just do the... The witch gets her hand cut off at one point, and then all the goblins have the family surrounded and are about to kill them. And then the witch just calls out for them, and they're like, our witch is calling to us. And then they just disappear. Like...
Yeah. It's kind of nutty in a way, you know.
Nothing in this movie makes sense. None of the powers that any of the characters have are in any way consistent. It's a very, very inconsistent movie.
Yeah, it was so hard to watch.
Like, they don't set up anything that pays off later. It's just things just happen. There's a lot of, I believe, as Hasio referred to it, Deus Ex Grandpa.
Ow, that hurt, ow.
Or Grandpa Ex Machina.
Grandpa Ex Machina is the perfect way to describe their grandfather.
Yeah, that is good,
Yeah, he just shows up exactly when he needs to. And then, yeah, the end scene... Well, not the end scene, but when they supposedly defeat them, and they're just like, we just need to put our hands on here and be positive and think happiness. And they just hate it, and then they just... After he eats a bologna sandwich, which is the thickest bologna sandwich I've ever seen in my life. He says double-decker, but there's, like, literally an entire pack in there.
It really is. They
Like,
threw it all around
They
there.
literally just
My
took an
God.
entire pack of bologna and put it in a sandwich.
Didn't even fry it up. Just straight raw bologna. Go.
I mean, I don't mind cold bologna. It doesn't need to be fried. It is better fried, but you know.
It is better fried, yeah.
Yeah, I like a bologna sandwich every now and then.
But would you eat a bologna sandwich that was given to you in a backpack that had some Arthurian fucking legend surrounding how you could pull it out, and it was given to you by a ghost? Would you that?
Well,
With my grandpa,
Well,
maybe.
I would have to in order to fight off the goblins that are in this movie, which not trolls.
Not trolls.
As I was saying during the watch along, it's called Troll 2 because they are trolling you with the title of the movie. That's the only way you could get troll out of this movie.
God, the piss scene. You
can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it. I'd already said that, but God, it's a very quotable line.
It is. It really is.
I'm kind of sad that Elliot doesn't die. Elliot deserved to die.
Who's Elliot again?
Elliot's the boyfriend.
Yeah. I mean,
because the whole family escapes plus Elliot, and then the mom gets eaten at the end. I think. So the dad, the sister, and the boyfriend all survive. I know, Hasso, you thought that the dad was in the no, the dad was not in the shower. The dad said he had to drive to the office. The mom was in the shower. You just saw the remnants of when they pulled her out of the shower.
Yeah.
So Elliot was the guy that got corn cobbed, right?
No, that was just one of his friends.
Okay.
All of his friends get killed. I assume. The popcorn guy we never actually see dead. The last time we see him was lying inside of a giant pile of popcorn saying no more. So I guess he might have lived.
He may have.
He may have lived. But yeah, the rest of the friends got very, very dead. They got very dead.
Completely murked, yeah.
I gotta say, some of the deaths were kind of not good. Like, even in like a camp aspect for camp horror, none of the deaths felt fun or satisfying. Right? They get cut out or edited out. Like the best death in the entire movie is the popcorn death, because all that fucking popcorn comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. One cob of sweet corn, which, by the way, you cannot make popcorn with sweet corn.
You just gotta heat it up. No, you fucking don't. You have the right kind of popcorn.
Yeah, you need to have.
Drew, you saw a dumb bitch.
Popcorn only comes from corn that grows with a hard shell. Sweet corn does not have a hard shell. Which sweet corn is genetically modified.
Yeah,
corn being soft and sweet, nice to chew right off the cob. Yeah, we did that over hundreds of years of selective breeding.
Yep, but it's delicious.
Yay! We love it. We love sweet corn, and then making syrup out of the corn, and then putting that syrup in everything. Because that's the American way.
Yep. And that's why I exercise.
It just, I don't know. This was definitely a fun movie to watch. There were definitely a lot of times where it's like, I can't tell if I hate this or I love this, and I think that's a good sign of a camp film.
There's only...
Right? You're like...
I was to say, there's only one bad thing a movie can be that makes it bad. Boring. That's the only thing that can make a movie actually bad, is if it's boring. And I have to say, Bentai, were you bored watching this movie?
There was not enough alcohol and or drugs in the world that could get me through this movie again. I tell you, oh my god.
But were you bored?
No, I guess I was not.
Exactly.
I was praying for the credits to roll, but I was not bored.
Well, let's.
Oh, yeah, I was in pain. That's all right. Ugh.
Let's see how Dre Frigg's predictions.
Bring up the list. Let me move myself around.
Goblins will try to kill all humans that come into town via pranks. I feel like you gotta give you yellow on this because they weren't really pranksters, but they definitely do try and kill and eat all the humans.
I give it a yellow.
Yeah, I gotta give you a yellow on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was. So I like, yeah, sure. If you want to give me a yellow one, but I feel like I don't get it because I did specify via pranks, and while getting someone to eat contaminated food is a prank in some instances, it was very much trickery, not pranking.
That's why I want to give you a yellow, because it's close enough, and they are trying to kill the humans that come into town. Like, it is a goblin town. I feel like you've earned a yellow on this one. Just take it. Trust me. I've taken points that I didn't think I deserved in the past. Just take it. Just take it.
Yeah, that's true.
But most of the pranks will fail and end up killing goblins instead. No, nothing like that happens.
That's a red, yeah.
That one's got to be a red, unfortunately. All the non-family members will die. I'm going to give you this one because Elliot's the only non-family member who lives, but I feel like he's still kind of part of the core of it.
Okay, no. So I want to point out a very specific scene that happens, and this I looked at Bond when I watched this. I'm like, I'm gonna get this one right. At some point, the daughter's like, he's not a stranger, he's family. And in movie canon, that shifts him away from being part of the non-family into the family.
Yeah. No. I'm giving you this one because I'm giving you this one. The only survivors are the kids. The parents die. Well,
I got that horribly wrong.
I mean, the mom dies.
The mom dies. The dad probably died, maybe off camera. I mean, the kid.
I don't know. I feel like his dad would come home and see what happened to his wife and be like, "All right, well, we're not ending this for any time soon." But also, we're not going to get that. We're not here. We're not talking about that right now. There's so many plot
I'm going to say no on there, but I got to say, gratuitous makeout scene that makes no sense with everything going on. That is the most green a thing could possibly be.
Yeah. Oh boy, yes,
100%. You can never go wrong when in horror movie guessing that there's a gratuitous makeout scene. And it goes even further. It's implied that they even make it. Like they even have the sex with the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means that witch is a pedophile.
Yeah, because they weren't giving me 18-year-old senior vibes. They were giving me more 16
vibes. No,
16, 17 most. Yeah. Goblins are defeated through the kid accidentally doing something that happens to be their weakness. It wasn't really accidental, but
no. He does kill one goblin accidentally with the Molotov. And that's it.
Yeah, but
the rest, it's all very intentional. It's all very intentional. Everyone's fire is weakness, dumbass. It comes with the side effect of being matter in this universe.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, there really wasn't an accidental thing he stumbled upon. He was given the information, he was given the tools, and he used the tools. Even if those tools and methods were the stupidest thing you've ever seen. Which it was. Eating a bologna sandwich that makes them shy away, and then the family bursts in, and you touch the stone and think happy thoughts. And then they die.
Yeah, that... Oh, God.
So, we have watched through Troll 2. Dre has watched through Troll 2. But the question is this a movie that when you're old and withered, you think back, I'm glad I watched that movie? Or is this a movie that you could die and, like, die peacefully? Or is it somewhere in between? Who knows?
Okay,
because I feel like there's really only two things this could be in.
This is absolutely a dumb, fun movie, but it's definitely a dumb, fun movie that's, I I'm more likely to watch this over Sinners again, just because
Wow.
this has more stupidity in it and it's more camp, and I'm prone to liking camp over other like if Sinners wasn't taking itself so seriously overall, I would probably be like I'd watch this again for the camp of it. But Troll 2 definitely takes itself seriously, but it loops its horrendousness into camp, and I'd probably watch it again. I won't probably seek it out again unless I really need something hokey to watch in the October season. But I also have my October films, you know.
Hey, if you're ever
on
having
here
like a
as
movie night with people that can't handle things that are scary, but you want to watch something for the
Yeah.
Halloween season,
Absolutely, that's exactly like the perfect situation.
Yeah.
I bring this up again.
because people who
100%.
don't like horror because they don't like being scared, and ain't nobody gonna be scared from this movie.
Boy. Like an hour and a half of my life,
yeah,
my
so it's
life
like I was
today.
like, so I'm guessing Bentai, you would be putting this down in the painful category.
Oh yes. Oh, like I probably not as bad as Minecraft because I can. But yeah, it is without a doubt painful.
I've watched Troll 2 repeatedly.
Ooh.
I will watch it many more times. I hope I never have to watch a Minecraft movie ever again.
Yeah. Like I could maybe watch it again with friends, not like on a Discord watch along with copious amounts of like old fashions and snacks at like someone's house.
Oddly enough,
You know,
there's every category that has a movie in it has a movie I don't ever want to watch again. Because I don't want to ever watch a Minecraft movie again.
right?
I don't think I ever want to watch Footloose again. I mean, I didn't hate Footloose, but I have no reason to ever watch it again. I don't think I'll ever watch Tales of Earthsea ever again because I could watch any other Ghibli movie and enjoy it more. And even though it's a phenomenal film, I never want to see The Normal Heart again because I don't know if I want to be devastated that badly again.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fair.
It's a phenomenal movie and you absolutely need to see it. But you only need to see it once.
Yeah.
You agree, Dre?
Yeah, I definitely think this is definitely like I only have to see this once, and I'm good. But at the same time, I would watch this again, but I don't know if I'd necessarily seek it again.
Yeah, which is
right.
I mean, I figured you were
Which is
either
what
be
dumb
putting
fun
it.
is good for.
I figured you either going to put it in dumb fun or painful. I knew Bentai was definitely suffering through it, but I'm like, you know what? I think Dre is going to appreciate this movie for what it is, and I'm glad I was able to share it with you. Did Bond watch with you?
Yeah, I made them watch it with me.
Oh, so good. I'm glad I also got Bond to see this. I'm interested in Bond's opinion. What did they say?
They're very much the same boat as I am, where we definitely, I think, had to sit on it for a day to go like, okay, is this bad? Is this good? I won't speak for them. I think they lean more so into the camp film section, but we definitely looked at each other afterwards and were like,
what the fuck did we just watch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
but you know, I'm glad to have seen the film. I can at least now mark this off, and move on with my life. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I mean, what really can you say about like a movie like this? You just have to see it to get it, and yeah, just like if you love campy, weird horror movies that are terribly made, go see it because it's just fun. It's just fun. I recommend it. Sorry, Bentai. Bentai didn't pick this movie. People are like, oh, the guest picks a movie. No, I did this movie because I found out Bentai had never seen it, and then when I found out Dreyfrig had never seen it, I'm like, well, I gotta share this with my best buds because they can't not know about this movie.
Share the pain. Yeah,
I had to spread the pain. All right,
Thanks, Twig. Thanks.
I mean, unless you guys have something else special that you're plugging, just follow Bentai and Dre if you're not already. If you're watching this, you probably already are, but come on. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. you watch on YouTube, go down the description. You can see these two's Twitch channels, and you should click on it. And you should click that follow button. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, there's like a little like button. You could click that. There's a little subscribe button. You could click that. Then there's a comment section. And I don't care if you said this show sucks. You guys are terrible. That's engagement, baby. We love it. No, I don't. Please don't write that. That would probably make me cry. But just say, post your thoughts about Troll 2.
Boy.
Yeah, post your thoughts. Post your thoughts. You know,
do it.
I lean towards no. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Just slightly, less than good publicity.
Well, YouTube the algorithm. Like, if you hate comments, make a video more likely to be seen because they just want engagement. That's why. Yeah. That's why incendiary and false things get more views than informative and true things. Because people...
No one wants to hear the truth.
Because... Yeah, YouTube, I'm calling you out on your own platform. Go ahead, demonetize this video. I was never going to get enough views for it to be monetized anyway. I just do this because I have a small fan group of people who enjoy the show, and I like every one of you who watches it, and I appreciate all of you who make this show. Hey, look, I think about it. I do improv. The number of people that watch the episodes of these is more than our average crowd at an improv show, so I see it that way, and if I'm making a few people happy, I'm going to keep doing the show because I have a lot of fun doing it, and because Dre Frigg's best co-host I could hope for.
Aww. Yeah, y'all do this for the love of the game, baby. That's what it comes down to.
Love the game. That's why you should be too.
That's why you should be too, yeah.
Okay, I'm giving you a hug, except move yourself a little bit.
Yep.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I got you too, Bentai. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, hugs with my bros. That's what the show's all about.
Hey.
All right. Spooktacular's coming up in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today, on the 26th, we got Spooktacular. It's going to be an 8-hour stream. We're going to have Twigs Missing Movies. We're going to have Cards, Creepers, Conspiracies. We're going to be playing some scary games. We're going to be reading some scary stories. And it's going to be a good time. And I hope you're all there. Even if you're just hanging out and playing that murder trivia party and all that. We have a guest next week, but they haven't picked a movie yet, so I want to make sure that's still a thing before I say who's coming up next week. But we'll look in the Discord and we'll announce it, because we got a good month coming up. All right. We will see you all next week, hopefully, and have yourselves... Whoops, I didn't type raid, I just typed her name. We're gonna go raid we're raiding last week's guest. So
okay.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
I gotta start the raid after the music, because otherwise the raid just sits there ready to go for like...
Yeah. It's okay. You trying, it's all that matters.
I'm just happy that I have a theme song.
Good theme song like that. Maury does good work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Maury in a while.